So once you've done the surface of it, we're going to come over here and we're going to sharpen it, but I don't want to ruin the clean surface we just did. So I'm just going to drop a little piece of foam in it, and then I'll tighten this up. I don't need to tighten it to the point where it's going to go through our foam. Alright, so for this one I'm going to be using my Delta file, and this is a really good file. It's really old, but what we're wanting to do is we're going to make sure it's flat this way, and we're going to want to go with it. And we're going to make sure that the corners are starting to get a little bevel in them. And just keep feeling it. Once you feel a burr, then you don't need a file anymore. And this file cuts really nice. It's new. It's old, but it's brand new condition, so it cuts really nicely. So just a little bit more. And once you're about done, just ease up on the file. Check for burrs, just make sure they're still there and you haven't rolled it, which they are. So what I want to do now is I want to take a flat piece of wood or metal, whatever you have, and I'm just going to pretty much lay it on here and just go with it. Make sure not to rotate at all. And those 90s are coming in really nice, really flat, starting to polish the metal really nicely. It's starting to look really nice, all polish. So once that's done, we're then going to switch over to our 400 grit, and we're going to do the exact same. And then finally we'll switch over to our 1000 grit, and this will give it a really nice finished look to it. So what I'm doing to keep it straight is I'm pushing my fingers in on both sides so it touches the metal, and I'm just lightly grazing the top of the steel so it's not going to bend at all on me. You guys can see that it has a really nice shine to it. and it is really sharp. Okay, so this is just a personal preference, but after I do one side, I like to test it out before I go to the next one. If it cuts really well, I'll go to the next one. If it doesn't, then I'll keep working on this and switch it over for you guys. If you guys can see, it cuts really nice. So we'll take it out again, and we will go to the next section. And because it sticks up a lot, it might start making a little bit of a humming sound. And it tends to flex, which isn't good, so we're just going to place it on the corner. And we're going to drop this down a little bit, and then drop this with it, so it sits right there for you guys. Then we'll take our file and start filing it down. Check for burrs, and then go keep doing it. If it doesn't have any, and I feel it on both sides just a little bit, so I'm just going to keep going, tap it more. And that should be good. Like last time, I'll switch to my 400 grit, place it on top, rotate it, and then keep my fingers under and just go back and forth really slightly, because I know this is flat, so it's going to touch all the way along the edge. And we'll check it. Looks like it's working really nice. I might need a new piece of sandpaper soon. So this part wears it out pretty quick. That looks good enough. Switch it over to 400 grit. Do the same thing. That looks good. And we'll up it to our 1,000. That looks really good. Then you can take the burrs off with your fingers, because there shouldn't be that much of a burr. So I'll do this side on my own, and I'll come back when it's finished. Alright guys, so I just finished up cleaning up all the edges on the outside, and it feels really, really sharp. So to give you guys a little bit of an example, I grabbed a file and we're just going to scrape it. If you guys can see the color difference, bring it closer. It's doing a nice job of scraping it, which is really good. I'll try a different side. Works good. Try another side. And then the last side. So that's pretty much as good as it gets. You probably don't have to go nearly as fine as I did, but I like my tools being in perfect condition. So there is one more thing we have to do, because if you don't do it, it'll rust. So just dump some oil on it. I'll get some more oil because I just ran out. And just rub it across. You don't need a ton of oil, just enough to kind of clean it and prevent it from rusting. So now it's done, put it in its spot, which goes right there because I use it a lot. So it's good to keep it on hand. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.